Good day, Sir Flores. Good day, everyone. We are from Group 3, and in this presentation, we're going to take a deep dive into service level agreements to help you understand the promises and guarantees that come with the service. And we will also explore the total cost of ownership, moving beyond subscription fees to evaluate all related costs and potential savings. And this guide will walk you through a thorough risk assessment and provide a clear action plan to help you make informed decisions and ensure a smooth transition to Microsoft 365.
Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about a software you probably heard of, but might not fully understand, Microsoft 365. So what exactly it is? Simply put, Microsoft 365 is a complete cloud-based platform designed to help you and your team get work done from anywhere. Think of it as a powerhouse of software, collaboration tools, and security all wrapped into one subscription. You see, it's not like the old days when you would buy a copy of Microsoft Office in a box. Microsoft 365 is a subscription-based service that gives you constant access to the latest version of your favorite app. And a whole lot more, it's the modern successor to the traditional Microsoft Office. This slide explains what SaaS or software as a service is. Think of it like this. Instead of buying software and installing it on your computer, you simply access it over the internet on a subscription basis. The software is hosted and managed in the cloud by a third-party provider who handles all this infrastructure, security, and updates for you. Essentially, it's a way to use software without the hassle of managing it yourself.
Service level agreement slash a contract between a service provider and a customer that define the level service being provided for a slash like Microsoft 365. The SLA outline what you can expect from Microsoft in terms of availability, performance, and support.
Key components of the Microsoft 365 Service Level Agreement. First, uptime guarantee. Microsoft guarantees a certain percentage of time for its service, often around 99.99% for many of its core application, example Exchange Online, SharePoint Online. That means the service will be operational and available to users for a very high percentage of time. So the service will be available for working 99.9% of time in a given period. That means the service will be operational for a very high percentage of the time. Second, service credits. If Microsoft fails to meet the guarantees uptime, customers may be entitled to a refund or a credit on their bill. The amount of the credit is typically a small percentage of the month's service fee and is calculated based on the duration of the severity of the outrage. If Microsoft fails to meet the guarantee uptime, the customer may have been entitled to a refund. The amount of the credit is typically a small percentage of the monthly service fee. It calculated based on the duration of several outage. It just only calculated daw po sa duration of severity of outage. Third, customers' responsibilities. The service level agreement also specifies the user responsibilities such as having a stable internet connection and compatible device. If any outage is caused by the customer, instructors won't be covered by the SLA. So the customer doors so if the customer daw po ay having a unstable internet connection and incompatible device, the service level agreement is not hindi daw po makocover ng service level of agreement.
Total cost of ownership. TCO is a financial estimate that helps you determine the total cost of using product or service over its lifetime. When comparing Microsoft 365 with traditional on-premises software, TCO is crucial because it accounts for more than just subscription fee. Ang total cost of ownership o TCO ay tumutukoy sa kabuuang gastos ng paggamit ng isang produkto o serbisyo sa buong panahon na gagamitin ito. Hindi lang ito nakabase sa initial price o subscription fee, kundi pati na rin sa maintenance, supports, upgrades at iba pang hidden costs na madalas hindi agad napapansin. Halimbawa, pag traditional software ang kinuha, may dagdag gastos sa service at IT support. Pero kung Microsoft 365 ang pipiliin, kasama na sa subscription ang updates at security, kaya mas mababa ang TCO at mas tipid sa long run.
So, pupunta naman po tayo sa components of Microsoft 365 TCO. Ang first one is yung direct cost. So, ito yung mga klarong gastos na binabayaran natin tulad ng monthly or annual subscription fee. So, next naman po is yung indirect cost. So, ang first one po natin is yung migration setup. Ito naman yung mga gastos sa paglipat ng data at users mula sa lumang system papunta sa Microsoft 365. Next is training. Ito naman yung gastos sa pagtuturo sa mga employee kung paano gamitin ng maayos ang bagong application. So, next naman is yung support and administration. So, dito naman, kahit hawak ni Microsoft ang back-end, kailangan pati ng IT staff para mag-manage ng account at troubleshootings. Next naman is yung integration. Ito naman yung mga gastos sa pag-i-integrate ng Microsoft 365.
So, in this slide, a risk assessment and action plan. Adapting a software as a service application, including Microsoft 365, involves risk. A risk assessment identifies potential threats and an action plan outlines how to mitigate them. So, ang risk assessment at action plan po ay mahalaga dahil ang paggamit ng anumang software as a service application tulad ng Microsoft 365 ay lagi po yung may kasamang problema or panganib. When we say risk nga po, di ba? So, ang risk assessment ay tumutukoy sa pagkilala sa posibleng banta, habang ang action plan naman ay nagbibigay ng plano kung paano natin lulutasin o babawasan yung mga banta. So, let's say for example, ang risk is o yung panganib, posibleng pagtagas ng impormasyon o data breach kung hindi secured ang mga account. So, ano po yung mga magiging action plan? Pwede po ay mag-set ng multi-factor authentication. Magdadagdag tayo ng mga security layer para mahirap ma-access yung ating account. And pangalawa po, magbibigay ng mga training sa mga empleyado. So, tuturuan natin sila kung paano iwasan yung mga phishing emails at panatilihing confidential ang mga password. At regular po na mag-audit ng access. So, siguraduhin lamang po na ang mga empleyado ay may access lang sa mga files na kailangan nila sa kanilang trabaho.
Common risk and mitigation, data security and privacy. Your data is stored in Microsoft Cloud. Risk, potential for data breaches, authorization access or non-compliance with data regulation, etc. GDPR, HIPAA. Action plan. Implement multi-factor authentication MFA for all users. Enforce strong password policies. and use Microsoft built-in security features like data loss prevention, DLP, and information protection. Regularly review and edit user access information. Example po, si Teacher Ann ay naglagay ng grades ng estudyante sa Microsoft Cloud. Kung ang password lang po niya is ANAW123, madali lang mahuhulaan at baka makita ng ibang records. Pero kung gagamit siya ng matibay na password tapos kailangan pa ng code mula sa cellphone bago makapasok, mas ligtas ang data. Sa madaling salita po, para hindi manakaw o magamit ng iba ang data, dapat mayroon tayong strong password, extra code to log in, at regular na pag-check kung sino lang ang may access nito. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Common risks and mitigation. Service outage of down times. All through rate service outage can disturb business operation. Risks user can access essential tools like outdoor leading to a loss of productivity. Action plan. Have a accountability plan. The count include using alternative communication channel during an outage, of having a local backup of critical data.
So, dito naman po tayo sa common risk and mitigation. So, first one is yung vendor lock-in. So, kapag nakadepend lang tayo sa isang provider, mahirap na lumipat sa ibang service. Next is yung risk. Mahirap at magastos imitate ang data at process sa ibang bagong platform kung sakaling gusto umalis ng Microsoft 365. And next naman is yung action plan. First, dapat may exit strategy ang company. Second, regular na mag-access ng market para sa attentive solution. At siguraduhin na may proseso para ma-export ang data sa usable format.